Patience is not the ability to wait, but how you act while you're waiting. There's a quiet power in patience. In a world that demands fast results, instant responses, and quick fixes, patience is often seen as a weakness, something that holds us back. But the truth is, patience is one of the most powerful virtues you can cultivate. It is the ultimate form of self-control, the ability to trust in the process of life, and to allow things to unfold in their own time. Patience teaches us to stop rushing toward outcomes, and instead, to let life reveal what truly matters. In relationships, in work, in personal growth, patience allows us to uncover who truly deserves a place in our lives. And more importantly, it shows us who we are meant to become. Many of us are constantly in a hurry, hurrying to build careers, form friendships, find love, and create the life we believe we're meant to have. But this rush comes with a price. It clouds our perception, making us miss the people who genuinely care, and leading us to cling to things that aren't right for us. In our pursuit of filling the emptiness and crafting the ideal life, we often forget the value of giving time the space to show us who truly stands by our side. Patience is not passive. It is not a sign of weakness. It's an active, powerful decision to trust in the timing of life. It's the art of waiting without desperation, of letting go of control and allowing things to unfold as they're meant to. When it comes to relationships, this is even more vital. We often rush into people's lives, expecting them to be the answer to our loneliness, our pain, or our uncertainty. We get impatient when things don't move as quickly as we want, when people don't respond the way we hoped, or when things aren't progressing the way we envisioned. But the truth is, patience is the test that shows us who is truly meant to stand by us. Look at the relationships you've had. Think about the friends, the family members, and the romantic partners who've come and gone. How many times have you invested time, energy, and love into someone only to be disappointed? How many times have you rushed into a relationship, not knowing if that person truly belonged in your life, only to find that they didn't? It's easy to get caught up in the excitement of a new connection, but patience forces us to take a step back and allow time to expose the truth. It allows us to see who stays when things get hard, who shows up when you need them the most, and who leaves when the going gets tough. Patience allows us to see loyalty in action, to understand who's genuinely invested in our journey. And here's the thing, sometimes people will leave, and that's okay. Let me say that again. It's okay when people leave. People who were never meant to be part of your story. Those who only showed up for the good times. Those who left when you needed them most. They weren't meant to stay. And it's only through patience that you realize this truth. The people who leave make room for the ones who are meant to stay. The ones who stay are the ones who will ride the waves of life with you, who will face the struggles and the storms alongside you. Those are the ones who deserve a place in your life. But let's be honest, waiting isn't easy. In a world that tells us to act now, to make decisions in the moment, patience can feel like torture. It's a test of faith, of trust, and of belief in something bigger than ourselves. Waiting forces us to confront our fears, our fear of missing out, our fear of being alone, our fear of never finding our tribe. But it's in these moments of waiting that we learn the most about ourselves. Patience forces us to slow down and reflect. It gives us the space to evaluate our values, our desires, and the people we truly want in our lives. And let me tell you something. You are worth the wait. If you've ever questioned your worth, if you've ever felt like you were too much or too little for someone else, if you've ever felt like you were being rushed into decisions or relationships that didn't feel right, I want you to remember this. You're worth the wait. You don't need to rush your life or your relationships. There's no deadline for finding your people, your purpose, your passion. Patience doesn't mean you're stagnant or inactive. It means you trust in the process, knowing that what is meant for you will come in its own time. You don't need to chase after anything. What's meant for you will find its way to you at the right time, with the right people. So often we become so fixated on the destination that we lose sight of the beauty in the journey itself. We rush through the moments of our lives, eagerly chasing the next milestone, the next accomplishment, or the next big goal, thinking that our happiness or fulfillment lies somewhere in the future. But in doing so, we miss out on the richness of the present. We forget that the journey is just as significant, if not more so, than the destination. Patience is the key that unlocks the ability to slow down and truly embrace where we are right now. It's what teaches us to savor the process, to find joy in the small victories, and to trust that everything is unfolding as it should. Patience invites us to let go of the need to control every detail and instead focus on what the present moment is teaching us. In relationships, patience becomes even more vital. It teaches us not to rush, not to force things to happen before their time. Instead, it reminds us to let connections develop naturally, to allow people the space to reveal who they truly are, and to give ourselves the freedom to decide if they belong in our lives. Rushing relationships, whether they're romantic, friendships, or professional, often leads to shallow connections that can't withstand the tests of time. Patience, on the other hand, allows depth to form. It creates room for mutual understanding, for trust to grow, and for authenticity to emerge. It lets time uncover whether someone is truly aligned with your values, your dreams, and your heart. It's through patience that you discover whether a connection is built to last or is merely fleeting. True loyalty, after all, doesn't show up in moments of ease. It's revealed in the hardest times, in the struggles, the disappointments, and the storms of life. When everything feels like it's falling apart, when you're vulnerable and raw, that's when the people who truly matter step forward. Patience allows you to discern who those people are. It gives you the clarity to see who stands by your side, offering support and love when you need it most. These are the ones who deserve a place in your life, the ones who have earned your trust. The fair weather friends, the ones who vanish when the going gets tough, will fall away naturally when you're patient enough to let time do its work. Through patience, you create space for the right people to stay and for the wrong ones to drift away. But patience isn't just something you extend to others. It's a gift you must give yourself as well. Far too often, we're impatient with our own growth. We push ourselves to become better, faster, and stronger overnight, expecting transformation to be instantaneous. We crave quick fixes and shortcuts, forgetting that true growth is a slow, deliberate process. Healing takes time. Evolving into the person you're meant to be cannot be rushed. When you're impatient with yourself, you risk burnout, frustration, and self-doubt. But when you practice patience, you begin to understand that growth is not about racing to the finish line. It's about taking steady steps forward, even if they're small ones. Patience with yourself means granting yourself the grace to stumble, to make mistakes, and to learn from them. It means trusting that every setback is a setup for something greater. Every delay is part of the journey, and every challenge is shaping you into the person you're destined to become. Your life is not a competition, and there's no clock ticking against you. The only race you're running is the one within yourself. And even then, it's not about speed. It's about endurance. Growth isn't about how quickly you can change. It's about how deeply you can transform over time. When you learn to embrace patience, you realize it's not a weakness, but a profound strength. It's the quiet confidence that you don't have to rush into anything, whether it's a relationship, a career, or a life-changing decision. Patience teaches you that what is meant for you will never pass you by. The right opportunities, the right people, and the right moments will find their way to you when the time is right. There's no need to force things or chase after what isn't meant to stay. Patience allows you to trust in the timing of your life, to believe that what's truly yours will arrive when you're ready for it, and to let go of the anxiety that comes with trying to control every outcome. What does this mean for you, right here, right now, in this very moment? It means granting yourself the freedom to pause, to step away from the relentless rush of life, and to find peace in simply being. It's about allowing yourself to breathe deeply, to reconnect with the present, and to silence the noise that tells you everything must happen immediately. You don't have to have all the answers today. You don't have to reach every goal or solve every problem by tomorrow. The beauty of life lies not in how quickly you achieve something, but in the grace with which you navigate the journey. Slowing down doesn't mean giving up. It doesn't mean you're falling behind. It means recognizing the importance of pacing yourself, of moving forward with intention rather than haste. It's about realizing that rushing through life only leaves you exhausted, missing the lessons and the moments that are meant to shape you. When you give yourself permission to slow down, you open the door to reflection, to understanding, and to growth that is meaningful and lasting. You're no longer running on someone else's timeline. You're embracing your own rhythm, your own path, and your own pace. To slow down is to cultivate patience, not just with life, but with yourself. Growth is not linear. It's a winding path filled with detours, setbacks, and unexpected turns. Some days you'll move forward. Other days you might feel like you're standing still. And that's okay. Progress isn't measured by speed, but by persistence. Patience with yourself means recognizing that transformation takes time. You're not meant to have it all figured out right away. It's through the small, steady steps that true growth happens. Each experience, each failure, and each success is a part of your evolution, bringing you closer to the person you're destined to be. Patience with others is just as important. Relationships, whether with friends, family, or partners, can't be rushed. People need time to reveal who they truly are, just as you need time to understand what role they're meant to play in your life. By being patient, you allow connections to develop authentically. You give others the space to show their true selves, and give yourself the clarity to see if they align with your values and your vision. Some people may surprise you with their loyalty and support during tough times, while others may drift away. Both outcomes are gifts of patience, as they help you discern who belongs in your life and who does not. And then there's life itself, the unpredictable, ever-changing flow of opportunities and challenges. Trusting the process means believing that what is meant for you will arrive when the timing is right. It's about letting go of the need to control every aspect of your journey, and instead, trusting that the universe has its own way of aligning things. Sometimes, the delays, the detours, and the waiting are protecting you, preparing you, or guiding you towards something better than you had planned. Patience allows you to step back and trust that the things truly meant for you will find their way into your life, not by force, but by flow. So, remind yourself daily that life is not a race. There's no finish line you need to cross first, no prize for rushing through. Life is a journey, one that's meant to be savored, not sprinted through. Every step you take, no matter how small, is leading you closer to your true self. Each moment of stillness, every pause to reflect, and every ounce of patience you practice is helping you grow into the person you're meant to become. Most importantly, remember that you are worth the wait. Your dreams, your aspirations, and your happiness are worth the time it takes to nurture them. You don't need to force anything to happen. Trust that your journey is unfolding exactly as it's meant to, and that every delay, every challenge, and every step is a part of your unique path. Have faith in the process, and have faith in yourself. Because you're not just on a journey, you're building a life, one moment at a time, and it's one worth embracing with patience and grace.